Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market, and today I have a very special video for everybody watching. It is Champions League Day, as you guys know. You will probably be seeing this upload probably just before Champions League starts, so you'll probably see this probably right as we're beginning the games and all that today. What we're here to talk about today is something very interesting, and I want to just discuss, and it's more of like a, yes, it's a, we can talk about the cards and how to make coins off them, but it's more of a theoretical video and trying to uncover these cards and talk to you guys about what they are and what's going on with them. I told you guys, and you guys have been asking me like crazy for an update on these UCL live item cards and talk to you guys about what I feel like they're going to do, where they're at right now. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. So these cards are, if you don't know already, they're live items in the Champions League, and I did a video about them 2 or 3 weeks ago. They basically upgrade after every round they progress. So today is a very big day in Champions League because it's the last day of the group games. After today, it's knockout stages. So there's the top 2 in each group are going to advance and then go into a knockout style format. And the third place team, I believe is how it works, goes down to Europa League. I don't know how it full on works with that, but we're going to talk about that today in the video. So a lot of these cards right now are reaching peak prices, and the reason for that is because today is the last game, and a lot of people are just waiting out thinking that the upgrade is going to happen today. I wanted to talk to you guys and tell everybody watching about these cards specifically is that I don't think EA is going to give the upgrades to these cards today. I think EA is going to do something very similar to like a screen promo, where you guys know sometimes when a card gets an update as an OTW card, what they do is sometimes they delay the upgrade. Now, I'm thinking EA is going to pull something like that today. Let's say Liverpool advances, right? Fabinho might go to 470, and everybody might be like, hey, where's the upgrade? They may not upgrade these cards for like a few days. I don't know. Like, that's a big uncertainty of these promo cards, and that is like, we don't know when they're going to upgrade it. We don't know if they're going to be live and just get upgraded right away. Essentially how it works is that if Liverpool gets to the finals, Fabinho's in 86 right now. He'll go to 87, then he'll go to 88, then 89, then 90, and vice versa, and so on and so on. So I think it's a max of 5 or 6 upgrades by the end of the whole thing. And that's why these cards are so expensive, is that so many people are buying into these cards for their endgame product. But I'm here to tell you guys about some of the cards specifically, my thoughts on them, and some that have just exploded that you need to be careful with. Now, if I was an investor with some of these cards, I would not be really gambling that much on the games today, because a lot of these cards right now are really bought into, which makes me feel like even if one of the teams wins, that they're going to go down. I feel like they're going to get sold a ton. I think a lot of people are all buying in at the same time, and then right when the thing actually happens, the upgrade or the win, I'm thinking that they might all get panic sold and people might undercut on top of each other. So I would say that if you guys are watching this video and you do have some of these cards, maybe take the hype. The profit on the hype. Now, Cuadrado's one specifically that I wanted to discuss with you guys. He's like 420K right now. Very, very high. Like, I personally have talked about this card on stream and stuff. Like, I don't understand the price of this, and I don't get it. But a lot of people are into these cards, and his finishing is 69. Just a terrible card. I mean, his blue, this is my problem. His blue is 59, right? And this card's not even going to go to this card's going to go to 87 rated. So he's only going to have maybe 80 shooting as a stretch. I don't even know if he's going to have 80 shooting, if we're being honest. Like, I don't even know if he's going to get to that kind of upgrade. So that's the thing for me that it's a little confusing about some of these cards, is that they're so bought into. It's crazy. Now, what I will tell you with these cards is they're very rare, so they're always going to hold a very good market value because there's not a lot of supply. But cards like this really confuse me. Man City's doing really well. Aguero and Man City are probably going to go pretty far in Champions League. I would assume they'll at least go a few knockout rounds. And the weird thing is that Aguero's team of the season has never even been over 1.5. So what you have to understand is that the upgrades for these cards, you're not going to get the final end product upgrade until like May if they get to the finals. Or some of them will be March or April. So that's the thing that I'm a little confused about here. If you look at his regular blue, it's got an upgrade from the gold card, and it's -1 shooting, -1 passing, and -1 physical from this UCL card. People are paying 1.3 million coins more right now to obtain the live one, which for me is just, look, this card's going to go to 91 rated. This reminds me, and I've been talking about it on streams and videos, is that this reminds me a lot of FIFA 17 Ones to Watch. When Ones to Watch initially dropped on FIFA 17, every time somebody got in the lineup, they went up 20K. Every time they got his gold, they went up 200K. Now people are more in understanding of what's going on with these cards, and they really kind of get what's the deal. Like, people understand with Ones to Watch is that they really only go up. I mean, they do rise before the team league, but they really only go up with substantial goals. Sometimes with a player with multiple informs won't go up a ton until he gets a few goals. So that stuff is the market is definitely more educated now on how the cards work. So I think I'm comparing these cards right now to like FIFA 17 Ones to Watch. They just really remind me of it, because right now they just don't really do much. They don't really have the logical sense. Like, I understand that people are paying into these cards for like endgame things. Like, I get that. But if you look at a time standpoint of buying an Aguero for 1.68 million, for 6 months holding that thing to get it upgraded. By the time we get to team of the season, man, it's going to be so much cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing goes for Griezmann. I mean, Griezmann's been really interesting for me. Griezmann, interestingly enough, was 1-3 on Friday. And the reason why he was 1-3 was he got panic sold because he got a new card. His new card is 595K, and now this one is live is 1.6 million. So it's just all really confusing to me, and it shows me that people really, really care about live items. Like, live items are a very, very big deal, and it shows me that. I mean, if you look at Fekir, like, you guys got to understand that these cards are just extremely inflated. Fekir is 245 right now, and his new one is 65K. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. His new one is 65K, and that's a 200K gap. This card is, you're telling me this card is 4 times the price of this card, and it's literally the same card. It's crazy, man. So I understand a lot of you guys are really confused with this stuff. Now, there are cards that I would say like would get significant upgrades. Like Jesse Lingard's going to go to an 86 if menu progress. That's going to be a card that people will pay for. Now, I don't think it's going to go up a ton, but I think people will pay for it. Now, I think if they win today, he's going to go to like 200 and 190. I think people will go crazy with him. I think people will buy into him, but I'm worried that people are just going to keep buying into these cards until the upgrade comes, and EA might delay the upgrade of these cards for like a week. So there might be some hype on these cards for literally a genuine week, a build-up and build-up, and then the longer EA delay it, then it's just going to crash. I mean, I'm telling you guys right now, the second EA stop with the delay and they actually bring it out, boom, these cards are crashing in my opinion. So that's where I'm really scared of, to be honest. One card I wanted to talk about specifically, you know, I don't know what's going on. You guys might have watched this video today. By the time Champions League is already over, that's fine. This doesn't really have to do a ton with the games today. Specifically, it just has to do with these cards in general, and I thought it was a good time to make the video. This card specifically, Spurs are in like a really tight position. I think they have to go to Barca. They're playing at Barca on the road. It's an away, and they have to win by like, I think a certain amount of goals or something has to go right. So the odds are not looking that likely for them to win. They could pull it off today. This is what I'm interested in, right? This is a very meta card, and this is a unique upgrade on a Davinson Sanchez that I don't think he will get for the rest of the year, and it's a very, very in-demand card is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So it's 255 right now. EA have stated in the promo description for these kind of cards that if they do get dropped down to Europa League, then they will still become a live item. So if Sanchez gets panic sold today, if Spurs lose and people think it's over, I'm going to be looking to buy him because that's going to be very interesting. They're going to drop into Europa League, and then they would still work. These cards would still work where they would get the upgrades as each round progresses in Europa League. That's the significance of some of these cards, is that they will still offer you, with relegation, if they do get the third and they go down to Europa League, they will still offer you a potential money-making ability being in Europa League. And that's something that I'm very interested in. But as you guys can see, like these cards, I'm recording this video 2 hours before game day. It's like 2 hours before the game's 2-3 hours. And some of these card prices are literally the highest they've ever been ever. And that just shows me right now, I'm not seeing one of these cards down. So it shows me that as a whole, all of these cards people are buying into right now. Like every single one of them, everybody is getting in with these cards and looking to buy into them for the games today, which tells me the more people that buy in, the harder the undercutting is going to be. And that's my biggest worry with anybody who has these cards today. You just need to be very careful. I mean, for me, I've got a Fabinho on my team. I know you guys can't see my team screen right now. Let me see. I want to see what I paid for him so I can tell you guys and give you some. So I got him at 365 and he's 420 right now. So people are buying into Fabinho like crazy, obviously, for that upgrade. Now, I'm in a tough situation. I'm going to let the game time hype build up. I'm going to hope he gets higher. I know last game he went to like 430, 440. So I'm going to see if he goes a little bit higher. If we get a 450, 460 at game time, they should keep climbing in the next few hours as people kind of start to remember them and start to buy into them. So I understand that. But again, right, like how much is that Fabinho 87 going to really be worth, you know? So that's the one thing you have to look at in a realistic perspective of, okay, people can keep buying into it, but how much do we max out at? Other cards that are a little bit more unique, I think Perisic, like a lot of these kind of cards that Perisic is a very meta player. I've used him this year. He's really good. This is a really significant upgrade from his gold card, like this UCL card alone. So with an 88, and they're not upgrading, by the way, like Champions League cards with +1s. They're upgrading, I believe, as an inform upgrade. So like Florenzi is going to an 86 if Roma go through. Lingard's going to an 86. It's not just an 85. So they do have unique upgrades like that. And then the 87 to 88 should be a little bit more significant than just the +1. So I think Perisic offers like something that I think is, my favorite ones in this team were if they get panic sold today. I like Davinson Sanchez a lot. I like Fabinho a lot. I like Perisic a lot. And like Florenzi, Lingard. Like those five I really like because I think that those cards are very in demand and people are going to consistently be using them. Guys like Fekir, I don't like as much because Fekir has like 3 or 4 special cards right now. So it makes it a lot less, you know, there's a lot less significance on Fekir's specific special card right now that I'm not crazy about, if you guys can kind of understand that vibe. And then Telles is really interesting for me. I think Telles like brings up a really interesting card because Telles is like arguably, with the more upgrades Telles continues to get, he's going to start to become... Now, if Porto... I don't know where Porto is in positionally, but if they go down to Europa League or whatever happens, if this card gets a few upgrades, this is going to be the best left back in this game. I think he very much competes right now. If you pulled him up, I think he very much competes with Alexandro's inform. And some people have chosen Telles over Sandro. So I think being live and a left back that's Brazilian, it offers a lot. And I think with the continual upgrades that he could potentially receive, that card is going to continue to be very, very in demand. And I think a lot of people are going to buy into that card because they appreciate the meta. Like, it is so meta, that card. And I think that the unique part about Telles is that you can play him anywhere. You can play him as a center mid. He's almost got that Hullet Stack Club feel. Now, guys like PK have to fall into the category for me. Benzema, PK, they have to fall into the category with me with Cuadrado. I don't see the actual relevance of some of these cards here. I don't understand it. He's got 58 pace. He's got a Team of the Week card that's 61K right now. There's too much in here that's inflated, and this is just stupidly inflated. People are paying 174 for a PK right now. That's a guy that literally not even a 95 team of the season can save his pace. That's what I don't understand about that. Kimpembe, I can understand, but again, let's be realistic about Kimpembe. At the maximum, what are we going to give him for a genuine upgrade? What price? I mean, his blue is 42. What would his inform be? 100, 150? I can't see it being that much more. So this is an example of French, PSG, and people buying into that. But a lot of these cards overhyped today, so I would tell you guys, make sure you guys take the money in the middle of the game or before the game if you guys are up on stuff. I would definitely look into taking the money. I would also tell you guys to look out for big panic selling with these cards today. Could be some really big panic selling going on after the games with these cards. I would definitely look into it. But I think there is a lot of money in these cards. I think this market has showed you that people are willing to buy into these cards. It's just a matter of you guys timing it and finessing the market in a correct way to make profit off of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. That's kind of my takes on these kind of cards and how I feel about them. I feel like there's a lot of money. I'm personally really upset because I wanted to buy 100 Lingards on Saturday when he was 130 and now he's 160. I had my coin set up in blues. But now you guys know, as the Champions League games come on, there's a big opportunity for these cards. Now, I would also tell you there's a big break in Champions League after today. So if these guys are up in value a lot, make sure you guys take the money because there's going to be a pretty dry period with these cards where there's going to be a reinvestment period. And I will make a video in the future, but there's going to be a reinvestment period potentially for these cards. So thank you guys for watching the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.